Let's play a game called What's in the Box. We've got 3 of them actually. A lot of people ask us what we like to use when we go off doing paranormal investigations. So with this vid we're going to show you what's in the box. So our first main go-to case, it contains a couple of divining rods, some cat balls, K2 meter, a proximity pod, a laser grid pen. It contains our camcorder with some long distance lighting, night lighting, some infrared and ultraviolet lighting on that one as well. We have a couple of proximity lights, sensors, which will set off when spirit are close. We have a EVP recorder. We also have a external microphone with a attachment that we can attach to a little amplifier we can attach to any of the camera mounts that we do have. We also have a plasma ball and a couple of torches as well, because torches are very essential. Also we like to use an old school thermometer, and it's quite a interesting thing to use. We also have a mini body cam too. We also like to use a compass because we find spirit can manipulate a compass. In our second bag we have an amplifier, we have a halo light with a power pack, we have a stand for that, and the camera stands are all interchangeable. We have some headphones which we use for a couple of different things. We have a power pack in there as well. We have Sparky. I'll explain Sparky as we go. Our third case we call our hardware case. It contains all the batteries that we need. It contains another set of rods, a sound bowl, and it holds the thermometer, the old school thermometer. We've got a lighter, we've got a sound bell as well. We have some screwdrivers, we have a spare digital camera. We also have some leads for all the gear that we need. We have another body cam, we have a pen, we have pliers, we have sticky tape, and we have a little Stanley knife and a pair of scissors and a lighter. So all the little fiddly bits that you kind of like might find a need for as you're out in the paranormal field. This bit of gadget here is a halo light, good for small areas. It comes equipped with a little attachment on top so that you can put your iPhone in through there. And we just have a little power bank here which we attach to it, which powers up the light. Again, all very cheap. This one's our little handheld camcorder. It's equipped with infrared lighting, ultraviolet lighting, and good flood lighting. It's very cheap to sort of put together. This camera is our go-to. It's a Nikon SLR equipped with some really nice long distance lighting. A lot of people message us and ask us, you know, what can I actually use? I haven't got too much money to spend, and here's a couple of things that we kind of like recommend. First off, the most important thing, that if you want to go off on a bit of paranormal investigating, is your torch. Make sure you've always got some form of torch with you. It can be a small one, big one, as long as it's strong enough so that you can see your way, see the rabbit holes if you're out in the field somewhere. The next little bit of kit we always recommend is a camera. Now you can pick up a cheap digital camera for around about $60 to $80. When I first started in the field, but basically all I had was a digital camera and a torch, and that was basically it. one of the biggest go-to things that most paranormal people use is the K2 meter. Now those ones you can actually pick up on eBay. If you hunt around, you'll find them at a nice cheap price. The next items that we recommend for spirit communication as well as a K2 is a small digital recorder, which you can virtually pick up in local electronic type stores. You can pick them up for anywhere between 40 and 60 again, and it doesn't have to be a good name brand or anything like that. Most digital recorders will pick up any form of spirit voice if spirit wish to communicate with you. The next things that we like to look at are something like the cat balls, and we find the cat balls are quite interesting because you can set them down, and if a spirit happens to come along and decides they want to move it, it'll actually turn the ball on. And actually a spirit energy itself, it's the spirit's aura, can actually set off the cat balls as well. So they're a pretty good indicator that spirit are around. And again, you can ask the spirit to come close to the balls for a yes, you know, if you're asking yes no questions, like for instance, say you're male. If you're a male, can you come and step towards the ball? The ball might light up indicating yes, they're a male. It's the same with the K2 meter. You can ask yes and no questions with the K2 meter. The digital recorder, of course, you'll have to listen to the playback. The next type of thing that we like to use, again relatively cheap, are the divining rods and pendulums. And we find they actually work quite well for yes no type answers again. The other thing that we they take a little bit of work, a little bit of practice of course, but they're well worth giving a go. The other thing that we like to use are actually these lights here. The ones I've got them set on at the moment, but they are set for a sensor. So we've used them out in the field, and what we find is if a spirit has come anywhere between, you know, 0 to 6 to 7 meters away from the sensor will actually light up, and it indicates to you that there is a spirit around. The next thing that we like to use is our little proximity pod, which again is another cheap thing. You know, you don't have to spend a fortune for a proximity pod. That's this one here. Basically, if a spirit energy, my aura actually sets it off, so a spirit's aura, a spirit's energy will set those lights off and set the alarm off. And it's quite a good thing that you can actually use. You can ask the spirit to move towards it for a yes answer or a no answer, whatever the question happens to be. The next bit of kit, of course, are your cameras, your basic cameras. You can, like I was saying before, your digital, a camcorder is always good, something with night vision. You could probably pick something up relatively cheap, under $100 with night vision. If you want to go to a little bit further extent, you can actually set up a little bit like I have. I've got a little bit of extra lighting there, but that'll set you back a little bit more. This one's ultraviolet, infrared, full spectrum lighting. There is a lot of other different gadgets and things that we like to use. Spirit boxes, when it comes to spirit boxes, you can actually download apps on your phone for spirit boxes, and we recommend, we get quite a good response, do quite a lot of good work with Project Paranormal, and we find Project Paranormal, the app, is a fantastic little thing. It's probably one of the best ones we've come across. We've actually worked with quite a few different apps, and we found Project Paranormal is probably about the best one that we've come across. We also like Necrophonics. There are a lot of other bodgy apps out there. As for spirit boxes themselves, the other part of our team has an S box, which we find is quite good too. So this is your basic sort of a kit. So as long as you've got a torch, a K2, probably a recorder to pick up your EVP, and some form of camera, a digital camera or a small camcorder with a little bit of lighting. Digital cameras are good for recording, and they're also good for just stills. We also recommend that before you go out into the field and do some serious work, that you do actually learn a little bit of your grounding, your protection, and your clearing and all that sort of stuff, and always give thanks to the spirit for any communication that you have, and always close off the session by telling the spirit, thank you very much for communicating with us. We will see you another day. No one is allowed to come home with us. The second half of our team has a few cases of interesting equipment as well. We've got some extra stuff which we haven't shown on the video as well, and some trigger objects, and we've got some trigger dolls and some very interesting gear. And if you'd like to see a little bit more, just jump on the Black Rose Spirited YouTube channel and check out our videos. And we hope that this video has helped all of you people who have sort of been asking questions about what you can actually use cheaply to get out into the paranormal field and start working with it. Don't forget, always learn your grounding, always learn your protection, and always treat spirit with respect, because when you start treating them with respect, you'll find you'll get some awesome interactions. And if you have a look at some of our videos, you'll see some great interactions from spirit on some of the gear that we use, and you'll wonder why we get so many interactions, and that's because we do treat them with respect. We treat them as people, because spirit are people too. So we hope that's answered a couple of questions for you, and we hope that your journey into the paranormal field is an exciting one and a very positive one, and love and light to you all.